Electrician David Livingston is suing his former friend for a series of unpaid loans. Livingston says he met Kimberly Goebel on the internet, and she played him for a fool. One day, she's not it. I understand that it was never that way, Your Honor. Within a couple of weeks of meeting her, she had always played this hard luck story. She was trying to change her life. She said if she didn't get her phone bill paid, she couldn't talk to her mom, or her mom, or her mom. She kept saying that there was a lawsuit. She was going to get a settlement. She made a verbal promise to me, and that's all that matters. Kim Goebel says she was trying to better her. She was not working. She was not working, and wasn't paying for groceries. He was not doing anything but if you want to. Be a benevolent guy. There are kids there in the Boys and Girls Club that you could mentor. Kim says she felt better working by herself without having him around, not because she was closer to her, but because it was a better environment. Mr. Livingston was out of town for 2 days when he got her that birthday present at 40 Friendship Necklace, and when he came back all of a sudden. I mean, yes, it says I love it. I bought her the card because when I got back from out of town, we had a fight because now I understand I had spent 2 nights over there. You said that I was interested. I spent 2 nights over there, and I didn't lay a hand on her OK card. It was given to her because there was an interest there, okay? But Mr. Livingston, yeah, sure. I'm getting old by the second. Mr. Owls. A little bit of a nosy character. Is there any reason why you and Miss Vaughan didn't formalize this relationship over the last 6.5 or 7 years? No. There really? No reason why we didn't. You unks. I moved out on March 16th of this year. Why on the 15th Lee's had some friends that I just don't agree with. I know where she get the money from well. She used to have a job missing around the house. My truck was broken into. I know they've been a mainstay in her life since that I need us. How come I took the girls with me on the 15th, on the 16th of next month, 18th of the month? Nikki Vaughan's sister, Rayma Burke, is Nikki's sister and Nikki's twin sister. Nikki Vaughan says Nikki's twins. Nikki Vaughan would not return property he left behind. Nikki says he sees the girls every night for 2 hours, and I get them every weekend. Nikki wants $5,000 for the tools that we're taking out of his tool cabinet. Nikki is counter-suing for the cost of a minivan Matt took with him. Now let's talk about what you want. You also want $5,000. Actually, you know I would like it, the van that he's driving around in at the moment. I paid for it and through his work, and I gave him the money when he went to work to purchase the van, because he was getting a good deal on it. He put the van in his name. Nikki says she used her federal tax return money to purchase that vehicle. Matt L. was driving around in before you left 3198. And how long did you drive it? Over a year from the day we got it, till he took it well. He would have had to, I mean, that's really sort of cheap, even if you consider it a rental less than a couple $100 a month. You can't drive around the car for less than that. You're not married to this man. You have no right to community property. Nikki is counter-suing for the cost of a minivan Matt took with him. Mindy Lamper is suing her former friend 23-year-old Gary Foot for an unpaid loan. Mindy claims Gary promised to repay the loan with his tax refund, but never did. I'm allowing him to pick which one he wants the Phillips, because you're getting 3, and he's getting 3, and he's getting 1. Miston Co. How do you know this idiot? He used to be a co-worker with me. Miston's I'm not paying you can make fully modify. No, you can't say to her if you do that. And such I'm not going to pay you back, Shirley. Curry is suing her son's ex-girlfriend, Nikki, or for trashing her home. Or claims she found Shirley's son in bed with another woman. Nikki claims or trashed her home after finding him in bed. Wunk, she chose to marry a child. That's her problem. When you owe somebody money, when you make a contract, you pay your bills. I find that you knew that you were not supposed to use the driveway. The drive didn't speak, okay, just listen to me. I suggest you keep your mouth shut until I get to you. No problem. Were those your children correct? Which is why I put them out. According to your complaint, there have been ongoing problems with the defendant. Adrian ran your gate down because I locked her in because she would not move her car so I can go to work. Adrian rammed the gate and rammed it down and called her mother and said, Andy. I called the police. They came within 30 minutes. Adrian ran the gate down and said Adrian ran it down. Ishmael says his cousin Adrian damaged her car and her driveway gate. Adrian says Lynette pushed her car into the middle of the street, so you pushed her out. I did with your car with my car, and so she got upset. Judge Unks, I know you. I know exactly who you are. Get your hand off your hip. Lynette is not being sometimes. Sometimes I'm just a second now. Let's get to June 6. There was no holiday, no barbecue. Yeah, So what were you doing parking behind her car again, just unloading groceries? You already had a major problem a week before. I decided that when common sense suggests to me that somebody is lying, I'm willing to go with common sense. 26-year-old Sierra Childress is suing her ex-boyfriend Casey Reese for kicking her car. Casey Reese claims Casey kicked her car in the middle of the street. Casey claims Casey is a jealous, envious person who wants to keep his car in check until this case is over. Miss Childress and Mr. Reese and you have a child together, but you are no longer in a relationship. Sierra punched him in the mouth. Mr. Reese vandalized your car by kicking it. Mr. Reese said he kicked your car instead of kicking you close. Exactly when did this incident occur? It was on May 2nd, where in front of he has 2 other kids. I was inside my vehicle, calling the police if you assaulted him. Does that make 2 wrongs make a right? He punched me back, but this makes me feel better. You have no right to put your hands on somebody else. I want to tell you something. I wouldn't have given you a restraining order. If I were the judge sitting there, I would have showed you the door. You started it. You started the problem first. You wanted to control him by giving him a cell phone, son, which is a lot of baloney. When for the first time did Miss Purdy Lisa? That's the same kind of about 8 cabs, or was it July 15? That was July 15. July 22nd, the Monday. That was a Friday honor. When did you pay him the $400 each Friday? Every Friday, is that correct, sir? The Friday was for the following week, is that right? Yes. So you were paid for. However, Miss Purd says that when she paid you the last $400, which is on what day? August 13th, Garner, you told her that she couldn't keep the cab. Judge Judy continues Judge Judy's Judge Judy interview. Judge Judy says she was afraid that if you told her she was fired, she wouldn't give you the $400. She says that if he had said to her, you were doing the talking, or was he talking? But, again, who was talking? We were together to her. I was talking, he was talking.